Scorpio, what's happening? What's crack-a-lackin'? And what's poppin', baby? It's your boy for CancerMoonsTarot coming at you guys with your April 15th through the 30th Love Tarot reading. I hope you guys are well. If so, let me know down in the comments down below. Keep in mind this reading is general. If it resonates, that's awesome. If not, it's not your message. Feel free to check out any other amazing tarot readers that we got here on YouTube, okay? These messages may resonate backwards or vice versa, so take them how they resonate if they apply to your particular situation. If you guys would like, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, which is all linked down below. And you guys can also check out my sister and her boyfriend's YouTube channel. That is the first link in the description if you guys want to take a look into my family's life. Nonetheless, Scorpio, I hope you guys have been staying safe. I hope everything's been well, especially with everything that's going on in the world. I hope you guys are taking as much precaution as you possibly can. And overall, you know, keeping them vibes motherfucking high. As I've mentioned in a lot of previous videos, if we've gotten through everything before, we will get through what we're going through today. So Scorpio, don't worry. Stay out of that fear mentality and those lower vibrations and be as precautious as possible. And other than that, business as usual, okay? Let's get into it and see what we got going on. Messages for Scorpio here. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs throughout April 15th to the 30th. What do we got coming through for Scorpio's mid-month? Scorpio's Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs throughout April 15th throughout April 30th. Let's go ahead and take a look. Hopefully we got some fantastic stuff. Let's see what's cracking, okay? Scorpio, the overall energy for you guys is the Knight of Wands, so you can be connecting possibly with a fire sign, Aries, Sag, or Leo. Your current energy, Scorpio, is the Nine of Pentacles. The person you're dealing with here is the Eight of Swords, and the outcome that's present is the Ace of Wands. Interesting. So you can be connecting possibly with a fire sign, Aries, Sag, Leo. You might be dealing with an earth sign, even possibly an air sign as well. Based on what I'm seeing for many of you guys, though, I do feel right now that as you are kind of doing your own thing, really kind of expressing your independence, there is somebody over here who is thinking about you quite heavily. So this could be an individual who is no longer a part of your life, Eight of Cups, whether you walked out on them or they walked out on you. I'm definitely feeling you drifting apart from somebody, or the energy that you drifted apart from someone. And as you're really focusing here on your independence, the person you're dealing with is thinking about you from a distance. So there's somebody that has you on their mind for sure. And I think that for you right now, independence is going well. I do feel like for a good amount of Scorpios here, Nine of Pentacles to the Ace of Wands, you're actually enjoying your independence. You're enjoying moving into a new direction, letting go of the past and letting go of things that don't serve you. So in the current moment, Scorpio, you're in a place where you're ready for something new. You are expressing your independence and you are looking at a new direction to go in your life. And in regards to your past, there's somebody who's still thinking about you. Okay? Somebody who is still wondering if there's a chance possibly, or thinking about things that have happened, etc. We'll see where that genuinely goes. Nonetheless, though, I feel like you are ready to move forward in your present moment and you are done being attached to the past. And there's somebody who's still there who thinks about you. Okay? Clarify the Eight of Swords here. Why is the person Scorpio is dealing with the Eight of Swords? Okay, and we got here the Lovers. Someone's still holding on. Somebody still feels connected, okay? So this can possibly be a Gemini you're dealing with, but I feel like someone here is still hanging on while you are focused on your independence and the new direction you're going in. So someone from your past quite hasn't let go just yet. That's what I'm seeing here. So what I'm going to do, Scorpio, is I'm going to go over who you're dealing with. I'm going to take a look at how they feel towards you, what's going on with them throughout the second half of April. Then I'm going to take a look at what's going on with you, how you feel towards them, and then we'll see where energies align, and then the outcome for April 2020, okay? Now, in regards to who Scorpio is dealing with, how do they feel towards Scorpio, and what is going on with them throughout the second half of April, please? Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs throughout April 15th through the 30th. How does the person that Scorpio is dealing with feel towards Scorpio, and what is going on with them throughout April 15th through the 30th? Let's go ahead and take a look. So, first card out is the King of Pentacles, okay? Big earth sign energy. You could have been dealing with a Capricorn. You got here the Ten of Wands. You got the Fool card. You got the Tower. You got the Five of Cups, the Five of Pentacles. Whoa. And then you got here the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Cups. See, when I see the two fives, that not only just came out together, that's a very significant thing, you know? You got not only a Five of Cups and a Five of Pentacles, but the fact that they came out back to back is very significant. So your person over here, Scorpio, is feeling a total great amount of loss during this time. And I feel like you walking away from them was something that came as a shock to them. It almost feels to me that the person you were connecting with realized that no longer they had that power over you that maybe they originally did. I feel like who you're connecting with is starting to realize that they don't have control over you and they don't have power over you, whereas they used to think they did. They used to think that their charm, per se, or their attractiveness, or whatever it is, maybe the fact that you cared a lot towards them as well, they used to feel like they had power over you. You know, this person definitely was in their ego for a while where they felt that no matter what could happen, Scorpio would always want me, Scorpio would always want to come back home to me. I kind of feel like that was the mentality your person was carrying, especially with the King of Pentacles, because the King of Pentacles has many positive meanings, but there could also be a negative meaning to it as well, where this could be a person who's pretty egotistical, a person who's pretty into themselves and feels like they're the shit. Right? So with the King of Pentacles, it can be that sometimes. And I feel like who you were connecting with was coming from a position where they felt like they were so amazing that you couldn't give up on them. It was almost like who you're dealing with felt that no matter how much wrong they did, if they did any wrong, you wouldn't walk away. So this person felt like they had you, right? What is the saying I'm looking for? Like they had you by a thread or something like that. You guys get what I'm saying. But this person felt like pretty much they had you locked down. And at the end of the day, it definitely came to a big surprise when you decided to walk away. The Tower card, you know, everything they thought had failed. This person definitely didn't realize that you had it in you to walk away and that you had it in you to focus on your self-confidence, your self-value, your self-worth. They didn't recognize that you had that in you, but of course you do. You're a Scorpio. At the end of the day, Scorpio, you could be your biggest enemy, but also you can be your best friend. And when you choose to be your best friend, Scorpio, I like seeing that. I like when Scorpios are taking care of themselves, and I like when Scorpios are focusing on that inner worthiness, okay? Don't get you know, here's the thing about Scorpio. There is a pretty good balance where Scorpio can be super emotional, but also super protective of who they are. And I feel like the moment you kind of find that medium, or the moment that medium gets out of balance, that's where things can go wrong. So for example, Scorpio, when you get too emotional, then you end up getting too emotionally invested in someone to the point where that's a lower vibration you're sitting in. But when you're more balanced, Scorpio, it's better off for you where you can balance between your independence, your worthiness, as well as your emotional side as well. So from what I'm feeling here overall, Scorpio, I feel like who you're connecting with, they felt like they had a power over you, a spell over you. They just felt like they were so good, or that you were so addicted, or that you consistently craved them, that no matter what, you'd always be around. And like I said, it came to a shock to them when you didn't stick around any longer. And in regards to who you're dealing with over here, that's definitely taking a toll on them, okay? 10 of Wands. It definitely bruised their ego for sure when you had walked away from this person. And they're going to play it off like everything's fine. The Fool card. And of course, that's what anybody does when their ego's bruised. They play it off like everything's fine, even though they may possibly be hurting. And like I said, 5 of Pentacles here, 5 of Cups. Person you're connecting with, they're going through a great deal of loss right now. They're recognizing that they lost potentially one of the best things they could have ever had. And I'm seeing here that with the Queen of Wands to the Knight of Cups, they wish that they took initiative in a different way. They wish that they actually played things differently, is the vibe that's coming through. Because what's coming, or how this reading's coming off to me, Scorpio, is that who you're connecting with was very into themselves, very egotistical. They felt like no matter what they did, you'd always want them. And I think they're starting to recognize that that isn't necessarily true. I think they're starting to recognize that they could have treated you better. They could have, made more moves in regards to being romantically inclined with you. They could have done their best to have a romantic relationship with you. And I think they're recognizing that they missed out on that opportunity for a relationship, and that's kind of what hurts them. Because under the layers of the ego, I think this person really cared for you, but I think they got way too caught up in the fact that they truly believed that no matter what, you would never leave. I think this person got too caught in their ego and didn't necessarily recognize beneath the surface there were some pretty deep feelings there. You know? And the moment that you decide to walk away, and the moment that you decide to gain your independence and just recognize that this connection's kind of a headache and you're better off alone, that comes to a shock as this person. But it doesn't come to a shock to me, because at the end of the day, when someone here is not making any moves with you, and when someone here is kind of playing a little bit of head games, I don't think that's a connection that you should be around. I think that's low vibrational energy that you don't want to engage in. you know? So let's take a look on your side here and see what's going on. What I'm going to do, Scorpio, is take a look at how you feel towards this person and what's going on with you throughout the second half of April, all right? So in regards to Scorpio's energy, how do they feel towards the individual they're dealing with, and what's going on with Scorpio throughout the second half of April, please? Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs throughout April 15th through the 30th. Let's take a look. So we got here 5 of Swords. We got here the Empress, absolutely. We got the 9 of Cups, the 3 of Swords, the 7 of Swords, the 7 of Wands, the High Priestess, and then the Knight of Swords. And then followed through was the Queen of Swords that randomly fell out. So I think right now, in your position, Scorpio, a lot of you guys walked away from this connection because you felt like it was a connection that wasn't serving you. You also feel a lot of unequal energy where like you didn't feel like things were even. So from what I'm seeing here, Scorpio, you had a desire to grow with somebody. You had a desire to build an intimate connection that can evolve into a beautiful relationship. And on this person's end, they were always kind of teeter-tottering around the idea of having a relationship with you. I feel like who you were connecting with, Scorpio, kind of gave off vibes that they were having fun with you. This could have been a person who was trying to offer sex-only relationship, or this could have been a person who was using you in a certain type of way. And like I said, eventually they realized that they had romantic feelings for you, and it was beneath the surface. It was beneath their ego. But from what I'm feeling about your person here, it seems to me that they were keeping you around for whatever beneficial gain they felt was good at the time. So essentially, this person was using you for something. And when the moment you felt that energy, that's when you walked away. 5 of Swords here. You walked away the moment you felt like somebody here was using you, and you decided to say, fuck this shit. It's not necessarily worth it. I'm going to cut this connection off. And you definitely feel like the heart didn't break even. You know, 3 of Swords here, 7 of Swords. You feel deceived by the individual you were dealing with. You feel as if that they were just playing games with you and that they weren't necessarily giving you what you desired, right? Because, for example, Scorpio, you were looking for a romantic relationship. This person could have came off that way in the beginning, but truthfully, they were just keeping you around. And I don't feel like you ever got a complete answer to why they were keeping you around, but it was wasting your time for sure. And it was something that was definitely hurting you. You definitely felt some deceptive energy there. So what I'm seeing here overall, you're in a position, Scorpio, where the moment you felt like you were being used, or the moment you felt that you weren't being treated equal to what you desired, and the moment you felt like there was some sort of deception, you copped out. You just really jumped into this 9 of Pentacles energy and said, I need to focus on myself and not give any energy back to this relationship. It's not worth it. And that's what you did, you know? 7 of Wands here, the High Priestess. Something intuitively was telling you that this isn't the right person to be around and that this isn't the right person to have any sort of romantic connection with. So eventually you drifted apart from them, and you did that because you know for a fact that you were better off without them. Knight of Swords, you're the one who cut the connection, not this person. That's why I keep saying it came to a shock as them, because they never believed that you would be the one to cut them loose. They believed that they would cut you loose because, like I said, this person was definitely caught up a whole bunch in their ego, okay? So that's what I'm seeing here. It's like the moment you realize something was off about this connection, or that this person was kind of keeping you around for whenever they wanted you, kind of using you in their own types of way, the moment you realize that, Scorpio, cutthroat. Because a lot of you guys are in this energy where you've recognized, I don't want to be in toxic cycles like this. Because many of you Scorpios have been in cycles like this before, where you've cared too much about another person, they cared less, and they kind of stuck around and used you for whatever means necessary, whatever gains necessary that they could have. And I think you're tired of those types of cycles with people you've dealt with. I think you're over those types of cycles. And I really feel this energy of you tapping into the 9 of Pentacles, tapping into individuality, and focusing on your life and what matters to you, and focusing on your boundaries and bringing your boundaries higher and not letting people take advantage of you. You know? No longer can you give into that type of energy. So, it's pretty interesting because who you're connecting with, even though they were caught in their ego for so long, you shattered it, you bruised it, you broke it. And now they're in a position where they recognize that they missed out on a pretty good opportunity with a pretty cool person. Being you, Scorpio, they recognize that they missed out on that opportunity. And they recognize that if they played things differently and wasn't so focused on playing games, but was focused on building a passionate, beautiful, romantic relationship, there could have been happiness here. But they know they fucked up. They know they fucked up. In regards to where energies are aligning between Scorpio and this person, let's take a look. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs throughout April 15th through the 30th. Let's take a look. We got here 3 of Cups, we got here the Hermit, we got here the Wheel of Fortune, and we got here the 7 of Pentacles. This person will want to reconcile. They will want a second chance. Judgment card at the bottom of the deck, but you won't give it to them. The Hermit card. You're going to be in a place where you are focusing on yourself for quite some time. And I do feel here with the Hermit card, you've already gained enough enlightenment of this situation to recognize that this is a person that you shouldn't forgive. And it's not even about forgiving. Excuse that. This is a person that you shouldn't give a second chance to. You will forgive, but you will not forget, is what I'm seeing in this situation. You know, fool me once, shame on you, but I'm not going to let you fool me again. That's the kind of vibe here that I'm seeing. And I don't think that you'll be giving any chances out to this person, because I feel like you mean it this time when you say it's over. And it's not even about just you saying, oh, this connection's over. Any kind of connection you have with the person where you don't feel is equal to you, where you don't feel is the 6 of Pentacles, where you don't feel like you're getting what you deserve, you are done investing yourself into. I feel like this connection was the last straw for you, to really make you realize that you are done investing in people who are half-ass investing in you, and you're done giving your heart away to people who aren't deserving or worthy of it. This like really was an eye-opener for you. So I feel like this most recent connection you're dealing with right here, Scorpio, I feel like it made you realize I need to wait and be patient and live my best life and not let people kind of tear down my boundaries and tear down my walls, because I need somebody who truly deserves me. And I need to be mindful of the people I give myself away to, because not everybody will treat your heart the way that you want them to. So 7 of Pentacles comes into play. And I think this talks about patience, where you recognize that at the end of the day, the goal of life is not to rush into a relationship. It's not to rush to get married. The goal of life is actually finding your own happiness, making peace with what your experience is and enjoying it to the fullest of extent, you know, into the fullest that you can. I think because, you know, not saying you necessarily, Scorpio, but just to rant for a moment, I feel like a lot of people feel that their goal in life has to find a relationship as fast as possible and get married as fast as possible and have kids and do this, that, and the third, because everybody's scared that, you know, time is running out. But they're not recognizing that, you know, the whole fulfillment purpose of life is to live it in your image, live it in the way that you desire and what fulfills you and what brings happiness to your table. So I think that you got it right here, Scorpio. There's no need to rush a relationship. There's no need to rush a connection. There's no rush to find the perfect person. You know, the perfect person will come when you're never even looking for them. Okay? So either way here, Scorpio, I just feel like this connection was the last straw. You are done letting people step over your boundaries. You are done letting people walk over what you wanted in the first place. And I'm definitely seeing here, you're not going to let anybody take advantage of you ever again. Because there's probably been cycles in the past that you've experienced with similar like people who have done this to you. And you don't want to be somebody's second best. You don't want to be somebody's, you know, sex friend. You don't want to be somebody's whatever, you know? Sorry to get so like general and shit. I just can't even have any more words to describe it, because I kind of feel like plenty of, you know what I'm picking up on? I feel this energy of Scorpio just saying, and I'm over it. Like, I don't even want to keep talking about it. Like, I get what happened. Like, I feel like you guys are in this vibe right now where you're like, Ann, I get what happened. I went through it. I don't even want to keep talking about it. I don't even want to, like, listen to this reading, because I know, you know? So I feel like you're just over it. And that's a good thing. We also had the full moon in Libra, and with the full moon in Libra, it's a moon that brings forgiveness. You know, you may have purged through this situation last night and forgave everybody that has treated you wrong, but never forgotten. And I think you've released a lot, and you're going to be releasing a lot here too. So you can expect to see over the next couple of days, going into the mid-month here, you can see that you'll be releasing, you know, a lot of the negative events that have happened to you. Okay? As for the overall outcome between Scorpio and this person, let's take a look. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs throughout April 2020. What is the overall outcome between Scorpio and this person throughout April 15th through the 30th? What is the overall outcome and the mid-month? We got here the 2 of Pentacles. Excuse me. We got here the Ace of Cups. We have here the 3 of Pentacles. Ooh. And then we got here the World card. I noticed something interesting with this outcome. You got here 3 of Pentacles, and you got here 2 of Pentacles. 3 minus 2 is an Ace of Pentacles. Scorpio, as I mentioned previously, with the 7 of Pentacles over here, you guys are basically saying you're not going to rush love. You're not going to rush finding the right person. You're going to live life as best as you can. And I feel like that applies here, because I do feel that the moment you walk away from relationships that don't serve you, the moment you stop giving yourself to people who aren't worthy of your love and worthy of your heart, is the moment when you actually manifest the love that you're looking for. Because keep in mind, we are a mirror, okay? We are a mirror. So how we treat ourselves is how people can treat us. And I feel that, you know, throughout my personal experience at least, I've learned that when I've learned how to love myself and when I've treated myself in the highest I possibly can, I've noticed that others treat me that way as well. So I'm feeling a raise in vibration here with the outcome. I'm feeling Scorpios not only just raising their vibration and learning how to love themselves to the fullest, I feel like you're gaining a whole new type of respect for yourself. And with this outcome being present, the more you raise, the higher you vibe, the better you attract. So when you're vibing high, you're attracting high vibrational energy. So I do feel here that with this last straw, as I talked about, you know, this person is the last straw. You're done giving yourself away to people who don't deserve you. I really feel like this is the time when you're going to actually find love. And you're going to find love because no longer are you engaging in lower vibrational energies. No longer are you engaging in lower vibrational people. You know, real recognizes real, high vibe recognizes high vibe. So what I'm seeing here, Scorpio, is that you're going to stick to what is good for you. Because I know there can be an impulse sometimes to give into what can be bad for you. And I think every human has that. No matter what your zodiac is, I think every human has some sort of attraction to things that may not be good for you. But from what I'm seeing here, you're raising your vibration and you're focusing on opportunities that are only going to resonate in your highest of good. So at the end of the day here, Scorpio, you leveled up in the sense of your vibration raised after this whole experience, and you've also set a higher standard and a higher bar for yourself. You are done with these types of connections with these types of people. You're done giving them any sort of advantage over you and letting them step boundaries or overstep boundaries, and overall, you're closing out cycles like this. You're ready to start a new cycle, a cycle of true love. And if people don't want to show true love, and if people don't want to appreciate you for who you are, you're not going to give them a chance moving forward. At the end of the day, you recognize you deserve so much more, and you are going to make sure that you keep those boundaries up and appalled to, okay? I don't even know if that's a word. I do apologize for this reading, guys, because I'm saying shit that doesn't make sense sometimes. I'm super tired and I just woke up today. What I meant to say was you're keeping your boundaries high, and you are keeping up with your boundaries. You're not letting anybody overcross them. Thank you. All right? So nonetheless, Scorpio, good reading, man. I think this was something you needed. I think you needed this last connection, this last straw energy to basically push you and force you into a giant healing, which honestly turned into a massive awakening to the point where you recognized, damn, I'm done fucking with these types of people. I'm done giving my heart out to these types of people. I'm going to do me. I'm going to love myself. And I'm going to basically treat myself how I would like to be treated. And when you do that, you will manifest people who treat you how you deserve to be treated. 100%. Okay? So nonetheless, Scorpio, I hope you guys enjoyed. Of course, if it resonates, let me know down in the comments down below. I do apologize if some things didn't make sense. I just woke up, so I am pretty tired here today. But I think the reading overall made sense. It's just sometimes when I get super tired, I feel like I'm confusing everybody. Either way, though, I hope it resonates. Of course, if it does, let me know down below. Yeah, if this has helped you in any sort of way, that makes me happy because that's my job here, you know? And I feel throughout this reading, nonetheless, I do feel like this was a very healing one. I definitely think that you guys are just going to be in a position during the second half of April where you recognize what you can tolerate and what you can't tolerate. And I'm definitely seeing you guys being in this energy where there's not a lot of bullshit you can tolerate. So you're making sure, you know, your individuality is being expressed. You're making sure that you're focusing on yourself, and anything that's negative and doesn't resonate, you are not going to surround yourself with. All right? In regards to your person here, right? The Tower card, the person who is shocked, the person that you were dealing with, they are going to have to understand that sometimes their mistakes will be their downfall. So in regards to the person you're connecting with, Scorpio, they are not going to have a second chance with you because I don't see you reconciling with them, and I see them having to live with the regret of the mistakes they've made. And at the end of the day, if this person learns from their mistakes, that's a valuable lesson learned. Okay? All right, Scorpio, have an awesome one, guys. Love each and every single one of you, and I will catch you guys in May 2020. All right, much love, everybody. Peace.